The University College of the University of Maine system, together with the Maine Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Standards, has formed a partnership to make public information more accessible to Maine's employers.
Other requirements by the employer on site would be number 4, correct payment of prevailing wage for each employee, which has a listed classification on the wage determination. Number 5, on-site records of payroll for review by the Department of Labor prevailing wage examiner. This would include a breakdown of classification of each employee involved with separate occupations. This should be done with timesheets and a breakdown of hours worked for each occupation. If there is not a breakdown, the employee must be paid the higher of the wages for the occupations worked. Number 6, provide copies of certified payroll to the Maine Department of Labor when requested. This is required by Maine state law. The prevailing wage examiner for the state of Maine receives calls throughout the year concerning state-funded projects. Often those calls come from employers with standard questions, but on occasion, a complaint comes in from an employee concerning the correct classification and/or pay rate for their work on the project. The prevailing wage examiner evaluates the call to decide if the investigation needs to move forward. If it is deemed necessary, all certified payroll is requested from the general contractor for all companies involved in the project. Once these are received, they are reviewed for discrepancies. If areas need correction, the employer is contacted to pay back wages to the employee within the next pay cycle. If there is a classification issue, a site visit may be warranted to view the expectations of the employee on site. If an employer does not pay an employee, fines can be placed for each offense, each day the employee worked on site. If the employer does not pay back wages and fines, the case is then sent to collections through the Maine Attorney General's office. A hearing can be requested before this step, and an appointed hearing administrator will hear the case and make a decision. The decision may be appealed, but the case would then move to the court system from that point if a settlement cannot be reached. Delivery services of truckers and site of work. Delivery services to a Maine state prevailing wage site are not covered under prevailing wage. The trucking occupations have often been a gray area for prevailing wage. Delivery services to a construction site are not covered under prevailing wage in Maine. This would be delivery of materials from a commercial vendor. Examples to include lumber, building materials for bridges, bituminous material brought in bulk and drop-off without sustained periods on site. Truckers moving from a site of work set up specifically for a construction site and driving to the construction area are covered under prevailing wages. Travel between an adjacent site set up primarily for the construction project is the definition of site of work. If a trucker is moving continuously between these two areas, such as a batch plant set up for a period for the road construction and the paving area, and the batch plant is not permanent, then the trucker is considered a part of the construction process. There are some instances where they are not so. It is best to contact the Maine Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Standards at 207-623-7906 if you have questions. The state of Maine defers to Davis-Bacon federal guidelines for site of work issues and will follow federal laws that apply to site of work. This concludes our presentation on Maine state prevailing wage. Are there any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
What does a wage determination look like?
Good question. Let me show you the form. The Maine State Prevailing Wage Form will be signed by a Maine Department of Labor representative, usually the Bureau Director of the Bureau of Labor Standards. The wages posted should match the type of construction being performed and the county where the work is being done. Some will indicate statewide if the project affects a large area, and may list more than one county if the project extends into more than one area. Are there any other questions?
What if there is no form posted at the work site?
If there's not a form posted clearly, please contact the Prevailing Wage Examiner at 207-623-7906 to report the discrepancy. This number is on the main course page. The examiner will contact the project manager from the state letting agency and make them aware of the issue. You would also contact the examiner if there is a classification or wage issue at that same number. Thank you again, and please feel free to contact the Maine Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Standards, with any questions you may have in the future.